I grew up in Georgia within a Korean American household and also attended a pretty legalistic Korean American church on Sundays. I think as a young child, if I were to describe how to follow Jesus in one word, that word would be rules. There's nothing wrong with rules. I actually think rules are a great thing. Rules help keep things safe, rules can give us the space to create and make things better, and rules can keep us from getting in our own way. The problem for me was the version of faith that I had as a child was only about rules. If I followed the right rules, that meant I was following Jesus. I don't know if this was all true or not, but as a kid, the way I saw things was that there were rules about how I needed to dress for church, rules for when to sit and when to stand, rules for when to speak and when to listen, rules for when to arrive and leave, rules for how to pray, rules for how to give. I mean, you get the point. And the older I got, and the more I wanted to do things and think for myself, and the harder it was to keep to all the rules. It got to the point where it seemed like if I was experiencing more suffering because of all the rules I was keeping, then it meant that my faith must be growing. But is that necessarily true? Does following Jesus lead to a lifetime of suffering just for the sake of keeping to a bunch of rules? In John 10:10, Jesus said, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Jesus didn't say that he came so that we may have rules and have rules to the full. He came so that we could have life to the full. If that's true, then what does a full life look like? It may look different for different people. For me, life to the full looks like being able to be fully myself for starters, full of joy, laughter, singing, spontaneous dancing, and so much fun, full of emotions, good and bad, full of feelings, experiences, and knowledge. If Jesus came so that we may have life and have it to the full, then it's gotta be way bigger than keeping to just a set of rules. In fact, I know Jesus would go as far to say, if you're not experiencing life to the full, then you're doing it wrong. I know because he told both the religious leaders of his day that his kingdom wasn't about rules. Rules can't save our sinful hearts. There's nothing wrong with rules, but let's not let more rules get in the way of more life. What does life to the full look like for you?